La bobo. Macaroni, spaghetti, meatballs. Allez, allez, allez.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. It's your host, Donut Donny. Welcome to another episode 11 of the Phoenix Gameworld series. Hope everyone's okay during these tough times. As you may or may not know, a couple of tough things have happened to me in the last few days. But I've spoken to my mother and we wanted to carry on with life as much as we can, and hence I'm now doing this next episode to get my mind distracted. Some of you may know what's happened in a few days ago. I won't mention it on the episode for personal reasons, but I'm coping okay, and so is my mum and sister. That's the most important people in my life at the moment, making sure they're all right. But let's go into the series. But again, just excuse me if I'm a little bit more downbeat than normal. The world is very troubling at the moment, and there's various stories coming up about what's going on, and I hope everyone is safe. So let's go into this episode 11, which is mostly going to be the youth academies as always, and then also we'll just have a quick look around the leagues and how my Tbilisi side is getting on. But the first thing we'll need to do obviously is look at the youth academy top 10 and see if there's any changes, and there has been a few changes going on. So again, back to the youth academy top 10 screen, which is working perfectly fine there, and then I always have to check to make sure this is working, and then click back to me again. Yeah, finally, after about 4 or 5 months of doing this, I'm actually learning how to do it correctly. So the Youth Academy top 10, and we'll quickly go through them. I won't go through most of the sides. I think I'll only go through the top 3, what their youth academies look like. A few people have actually sent me reports about the youth academies. We will go through those reports after I've done the top 10. So basically in 10th place with a youth factor rating. Remember, they do ratings from 0, which is no money going into youth academy, up to whatever figure. It's much closer since the last episode. The last episode's game date was the 16th of February. It's now 6th of April, so this is somewhat 3 weeks later. So basically a week of real time is roughly 3 weeks of game time. So in 10th place, and it's a new entry, we go to England and we go to Oldham, currently in League 1. Yes, in 10th place. And the manager's Hubert, so you can see there they're 10th, so 10th place, and they've got a rating of 0.51. In 9th we go back to Italy, and they stay 9th from last week, and we go to Vitrus and Tella and Andre. Andre is currently in 9th place with 0.53. With 0.64 we are back in England again, and this time it's Kay's Liverpool side, and they are currently in 8th place with a rating of 0.65. We have got a new entry, and I've actually not written on my notes where they're actually from, so I have to actually find them while we're doing this recording. So this is how I do it, and there they are. And it's Z's Macedonian side, Rapadoniki, and we'll go into them because it's the first time they've appeared. So he's currently in 6th place with a Youth Academy rating of 0.693. That 3 is important, and there's his side. He's bringing some youth players in. Of course, this is one of Fritz's multiple accounts because and he's got some really good players coming in there, so they will feature in his first team very soon, I'm sure of it. In 5th place, and staying at 5th place with 0.694, so very close between 5th and 6th, is the German side Sandhausen, and they are currently they're currently going to be promoted to the top league of Germany. We'll go through the leagues later. So Sandhausen, Raul's done a great job. They're currently 5th with a rating of 0.694. We have then got a slight jump into 4th place and a re-entry into 4th. We go back to Scotland, and We have missed Hearts and Rangers, but it's Hearts. Hearts are back in 4th place of 0.80 under Christopher. And you can see a very good rating there. We're quickly going to have a look at his side because, again, they have not been featured in the last episode. And you can see he's got so many 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, all in his main side. So that's amazing. And he's got some really good players coming through as well. In the top 3 then, and 0.88, it's Galatasaray in Turkey. And they're currently 2nd. And I think they will stay 2nd now in the league because it looks like this other side are going to win the Turkish league. And Özcan and Galatasaray, who have just won the cup, the domestic cup, so congratulations to them. And you can see he's got quite a few 17-year-olds as well, and a very good set of youth players. In 2nd place, and I think it's a re-entry actually, but right into 2nd place with 0.92 is the Portuguese sides, Managersim and Luis there. And we're going to have a quick look at their side because they're top 3 and also they are come back in. And look at that, he's got some amazing players. Look at this guy, and I think he was bought for 20 million. So there's cash definitely going in this game world. Looks like a lot of people are saving cash quite easily. So Lewis has done an amazing job there. So he's on 0.92, but currently leading and still leading is Leeds United in England, but their rating's gone down from 4 point something to 1.38. So they're spending a little bit less money now on their players, but they're still spending enough to be top. And Roland's there. Roland, who's done an amazing youth cup, which we'll go through later as well. He's still top the table. And his players there. And just out of interest, my sides, Tbilisi are 15th currently, and I always think Anderlecht in the Netherlands, they're not. And my Anderlecht side are not even in the top 20. So I'll be wondering where they feature. So again, thanks, congratulations to Leeds and Roland for being top of the table. But it looks like the game world is going really well for everyone. Everyone seems to be enjoying it, even though the manager levels has dropped down. Oh, it's actually gone right back up to 101. It was down to 70 odd a few days ago. It's amazing that everyone is enjoying the game. Thanks to everyone for also watching the Managersim episodes. I am very cautious about the viewing numbers. I need at least 20 views per episode to carry on, really, because if it goes below 20, then I don't think there's much interest in this. But it's around 20 at the moment. Please send a like to the videos as well. It makes people it goes up on some sort of YouTube list, and it means these videos will be access to new people and possibly new managers as well. Here's the manager ranking list, by the way. Lawrence is 2nd. It's top just by, it's very close actually. Dave's 2nd, Tony's 3rd, Burnham, Stefan, Fritz. Then I'm down in 7th, but I was actually 1st for a 1 tick or 2 a while ago. And then Lord Donut, my alter ego, is 55th. So let's go let's go into life in Georgia. Let's do my league and what's the current status. My Tbilisi side are double winners. We've won the league and we've also won the cup, beating Rostov 2-0. So that was very good. Well done, guys. We have lost a few games though. It hasn't been plain sailing, and even though we are 16 points clear, it hasn't exactly been always an easy ride. But well done to my side there. So let's go around. I'll quickly show you what my side looks like now. We've made quite a few changes. I'm now putting a lot more youngsters in now because it's the end of the season. Trying to give them a bit more experience. Trying to avoid some of these orange, which means they might get a skill deletion, something like that. But being champions also might give them a little bit of boost. I'm hoping at the end of this season we have a level requirement goes up to say 1 or 2. Level 2 hopefully, and also we will next season will be in the Champions League. We probably won't stay in the Champions League for too long though, because our side is not the best. But let's go around the world then quickly and see if we've actually got any champions been champions already, because we're near the end of the season. So let's start in Portugal. The championship is still between Sporting, Benfica and Benares, the 3 human sides. So Sporting under Marcio is still top. So this is going to be very interesting to see. They've got 3 league games to go, So that's 9 points. So I think Belenenses are near enough safe to say they're out of it. So it's going to be between Marco and Benfica under Jose. Benfica have an amazing season in international cups. They are Champions League finalists. So congratulations to Benfica. We now go to Spain, nearby Spain, and currently it's between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. They've got 3 games, 9 points left. Atletico have to win all their games to actually level Barcelona, which is not, probably won't happen. So I think Barcelona are champions elect under Dave. Barcelona also are in the Champions League final where they will meet Benfica. Barcelona are the side that actually knocked out my Anderlecht side. My Anderlecht side actually got to the Champions League semi-finals, which was an amazing achievement for my side. I was quite shocked we got that far. But congratulations to Barcelona and good luck to Barcelona and Benfica in the Champions League final. We'll tell you who the winner is next week's episode. We then go to France, who again had a lot more human managers. 38 games in the season, so they still got 5 games to go, so still a little while to go. So, but I think it's going to be between PSG and Marseille. So PSG under Fran Canto, Marseille under Arturo. With possibly Saint-Etienne and Nantes might come and rival them, we'll see. But it's going to be a good battle between Saint-Etienne and Nantes for the Champions League space. In League 2, Nimes, who are having an amazing season, who are Roland's Youth Cup winners, by the way, so congratulations to Nimes. They are way ahead of everyone else, so they will be a League 1 side. We'll then go to Germany next. Germany, it's they've got 3 games left, and so that means Leverkusen are the champions, so congratulations to Burnham. Burnham's made, they're going to be remaining unbeaten as well. Schalke, Dortmund and Bayern Munich will all grab their other Champions League spots, so that's going to be a very strong Champions League presence in Germany next year from Germany. Schalke under Daniel, so congratulations to all these sides doing very well. Looks like there could be a battle for second between Schalke and Borussia Dortmund. Remember, the lower you finish in the Champions League, you might have to then go in qualifying. We go to England next. And this is one of the most interesting battles, I think, in the whole game world. It's really against Fritz's Bournemouth side against Heichel's Tottenham side. Fritz, argue probably one of the best managers in the game world, in Managersim. He knows all the tricks and trades of the game world, and this proves it, to be honest. Which is great. Congratulations to Fritz, and congratulations to Heichel as well, and congratulations to all the managers in England making a really good league here. But in some ways, it shows to me that the game worlds have not really changed that much, because people knows what right players to get and what formations to use, and it shows you here. Personally, I would have liked it to be a real brand new raw manager doing really well here to show that it can work, but these guys know the league so well, so they've done a really amazing job. So it'd be, again, going back to the game world, be interesting to see who will win the league. It could even between the 4 managers, but I think Fritz and Heichel, it's going to be between those 2. So we'll go back again next week, to show you who actually won that. The championship, you can see here, is dominated by 4 sides. Bristol City, under the managership of Lawrence, are going to be promoted. They've still got 6 games to go, but they are promoted to Premier League. And then second place, Middlesbrough under Paul, who's the game master. Luckily, they're going to go up as well. And then the playoffs are between Fulham, Wolves, Leeds and Birmingham. So it's going to be an interesting battle. In League 1, Wigan are going to be champions elect near enough. Even though, 6 games still to go, with Blackburn second. It's going to be an interesting battle who's going to get the second space. It's going to either be Blackburn Rovers or Oxford. Me being an Oxford supporter, I hope it's Oxford, but we'll see how it goes. No pressure there on you, Dave. And Bury's still alive. Of course, they're still alive in this game. They're not in real life, sadly. Well, they will be a feeder club in real life. So Bury is going to be down there. Again, bear in mind that all these sides who are in relegation spots, any players on free relegation clause will leave. Hence why we get a massive free transfer market at the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see what new players come in. You can see here that this guy here, Cole, he has scored 69 goals this season. 69. 63 in the league. Wigan, as we also already know, are a side who have got Premier League players in their side, hence why they're doing so well. And they will, I think, get promoted next season as well as this season. Blackburn, just as good. Andrew's done an amazing job at Blackburn. So congratulations, both guys. Congratulations to a lot of you in England for making this league so interesting. We then go down to Italy. Italy, Milan, with just 3 games to go, are champions, and they've had an amazing season. 138 goals scored in the league alone, which means really they are way above everyone else. Thiago's done an amazing job there. Amazing set of players, so really good job. Congratulations. It's, with all these really super sides doing well, Bournemouth, Milan, other teams, Barcelona, for instance, Antwerp, it's going to make the Champions League next season really interesting. This year is a bit of a false Champions League because it was basically sides who are even A, B, or C in the alphabet who were in the Champions League. No offence though, because that made my Anderlecht side into a Champions League side, but I think next season is going to be even better. We'll then go to talking about Anderlecht. I will go straight to Belgium, and congratulations to Stefan at Antwerp. He is champions. My Anderlecht side finished second, so we'll go into the UEFA Cup, but we had an amazing Champions League this year. My claim to fame, and I will have to say this as a recording, Stefan, is we were the side that inflicted his only defeat. But he then beat us in the Cup as well. So Anderlecht are double winners there. So congratulations, Stefan. I hope next season's going to be a bit closer. Well, I'm hoping anyway. That's Belgium done. Netherlands then finalled with still 3 games to go in their league. So AZ will have to win all their games to beat Feyenoord. But I think Feyenoord near enough have got it. So Feyenoord will go into the Champions League next year with AZ. But well, AZ, Utrecht and Ajax, it's still very close between those three teams for those 2 Champions League spaces. So that's going to be interesting as well. Whatever leads. Scotland with, they've just got 2 games or 3 games left maybe. And it's a battle between Hearts and Rangers for the league. Rangers, I think, should win it. They're 4 points clear, but Rangers under Christian are doing an amazing job. Hearts are second under Christopher. And Turkey, I think Turkey will be the last week we look at. And then Turkey, we've seen this already briefly when we looked at Galatasaray. I can't even pronounce this side. So Thomas has done a really amazing job. And they are champions with just 3 games left to go. And Galatasaray will get second. And then you've got a good little battle here for the UEFA Cup and Toto Cup places between these 3 teams. Now let's go through some domestic stuff. First of all, we'll go through the Youth Cup, which Roland did. Amazing job. He had his problems, as I did when I did my Elfsborg one. He had quite a few teams who played overage players. That's one of the reasons, in fact, Oldham got disqualified. That's one of the reasons why I kind of didn't do this anymore, because there was so much rule breaking, which is not people's fault. Sometimes they just don't regularly check on their sides. But congratulations to Nîmes. Nîmes are the champions. They beat Hearts 3-0. But unfortunately, Hearts used several older players, so even the final was awarded 3-0, so it wasn't even a game. But Nîmes, congratulations to Nîmes winning that cup. Roland has said here, I can arrange further new edition in the summer, so if you are interested, then contact Roland at Leeds. We now go through the final bit of today, some post that was received, so thank you very much. Burnham, he did his update, and this is what he put. I'll make this slightly bigger for you guys, you can read that. So he's done, thanks for putting that, I've done well, so I hope I have. Again, the last week has been extremely tough for me with what's been going on in real life, but thanks very much for everyone for your kind words, and thanks for your support, by the way. I didn't want to end the series, especially what's happened, but I will carry on it, doing weekly. I think weekly is good enough. So yeah, this is what Burnham put, and you can quickly have a read of that while I'm drinking my drink. As we can only spare 30 million at the moment. My God. I definitely think money is being saved by many clubs, and within a season or 2, this game server will be like any other, I'm afraid. Money problems, you name it. But we'll have to wait and see. I hope things change a little bit in the game. I personally don't like the same managers winning all the time. It just doesn't make the game interesting. But that's just my personal opinion. Here's Wigan. Anyway, Tony, who's an amazing Wigan side. He's got some potential +9 younger players too, and he's been searching for the youth market quite easily using his credits, I guess. He's currently trying to save money to get a bigger stadium one day. That's one thing that's really good about this game world, is that stadium building is a lot more expensive, as it should be. I can actually show you here. So thanks very much, Tony, for that. I hope people can read that. I'll show you what the stadium building looks like. Oh, and I still can't do it to Tbilisi. I can do it in my intellect, but it's a lot more expensive. But anyway, that is the end of this episode 11. Again, forgive me for not really being happy, but you will perfectly understand. And this is the end of episode 11. I will come back and do episode 12 next week. Take care, everyone, especially in circumstances we're all living in at the moment, and stay safe. Goodbye.